Good afternoon, I'm Jessica Cartalia. Here are some of the stories that WJZ is working on this afternoon.
I'm Mike Helgren reporting on some new numbers that came out actually for 2017 in Baltimore County, looking at violent crime and how the county compares to 2016. Violent crime overall is up 14.5%. And as I look at the numbers here, one of the biggest increases is in aggravated assault. Those assaults committed with firearms are up 27%. Those committed with other dangerous weapons are up 40.1%. Now the numbers for 2018, the beginning of this year, are not yet available. This morning, County Executive Kevin Kamenetz commented on what's behind the rise in violent crimes. For one, he said opioid abuse and deaths in Baltimore County has the second highest number of opioid-related deaths in the state at 238. He also said we have this free flow of guns throughout our state that are showing up in our crime statistics. So again, you heard the statistics about firearms. He's saying there's a gun issue as well. There have been several incidents recently that have been high profile, including last week at the Target over on Reisterstown Road, where someone just opened fire. No one was ever arrested in that incident. We're here off Windsor Mill. This is, I believe, Precinct 2 here behind us. Now, as for some of the other categories of crime in 2017, arsons are up 26%. Vehicle thefts are actually down 2.2%, and murders stayed the same as 2016 at 35 for the year. We'll have more tonight on the County Executive's comments coming up on WJZ.
Hi, I'm Pat Warren with Kurt Anderson, the delegate from Baltimore City, who's going to talk to us a little bit about what he sees as one of the, if not the most important issue for the city of Baltimore to come out of the General Assembly this session, and that's schools.
Absolutely. Schools are always, and education is probably on everybody's mind, top of everybody's list of priorities. We have to make sure that our children in Baltimore City have the same kind of education that I had growing up, so that they can have choices. They can go to college, they can go to trade school, but they don't, we don't want them back on the streets dropping out, disinterested, and involved in gangs or with drugs. Having good schools that are heated well, that are air conditioned well, that are built to 21st century standards is the most important thing. These kids should have the same choice that you and I had growing up, and some of them don't. Most of our kids do, but there's still a significant part of our school population that does not have that.
Is there a bill, is there some legislation, is there something that we as citizens can do even at this late in the game in the General Assembly session of 2018?
4 or 5 years ago, we passed phase 1 of the 21st century school plan. That meant building, I think we're building between 15 and 20 brand new schools in Baltimore City. What we're trying to do this year is complete phase 1. That means another 15 to 20 schools. That information, that funding is going to be part of a budget request that will mean that Baltimore City is going to have to come up with some money to help fund the debt service for it, as well as the state of Maryland. So if you do just what I'm doing right now, saying that education is the most important thing on your list of priorities, and is always on your lips, and that's what helps us the most.
Thank you, Kurt. We will have more. Stay tuned to WJZ.
Hey everyone, Rick Ritter here with WJZ. What a weekend for UMBC. Literally putting the school on the map, the men's basketball team. First and foremost, congratulations to them making NCAA history, becoming the first ever 16 seed to defeat a 1 seed. If you've been living under a rock and you haven't been following along, well, I feel bad for you because it has been absolutely crazy, not only around the country, but especially in the Baltimore area with excitement surrounding this team. I'm going to introduce my photographer today. We have a lighter story. I work with him every day. Appreciate all of his help. Mr. Eric Scott, Heavy over here. That's his nickname, Heavy. He actually played a little bit of college basketball. And our story today, we're going to be talking about, what this does for the university and how literally it puts it on the map, not only in terms of sports, but admissions and enrolling kids here potentially you can't pay for this type of publicity.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. A lot of people want to know where UMBC is right now. A lot of people understand that the same thing happened. We have a guy that works with us, Bob Turk. His daughter went to Florida Gulf Coast.
This is very true.
Because she saw Florida Gulf Coast do well in the NCAAs and decided, hey, Dad, that's where I want to go. So UMBC, their website crashed.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's funny, I had worked in Florida a couple years ago when FGCU, they were a 15 seed who defeated a 2 seed. Very similar to this, a huge deal. What it did for the university in terms of enrollment, you know, bringing in sponsors, the whole 9 yards. It's just, you can't put a price tag on that type of publicity. Obviously, UMBC, here they are. I mean, this is real. This is happening right now.
And it's spring break. So lots of people want to know where this place is.
Right.
The excitement is here. I'm interested to get out and see what's going on around campus because these are locals and people that are just hanging out here.
Right. Right, and we're actually going to speak with somebody from admissions today. They had said that guidance counselors from high schools across the country are reaching out, wanting more information on UMBC. So we're going to have a great story today on the excitement and what this is doing for the university and, of course, the men's basketball team. Make sure you tune into WJZ tonight, 4, 5, and 6 o'clock.
Much more on these stories coming up on WJZ at 4, 5, and 6.